So I'm here at one of the stands for DMX lighting here, and this is for people that use Max MSP in their sort of day-to-day employment and stuff like that. And I'm catching up with David Butler. How are you?
Hi, fine, thanks. Yourself?
Well, thanks very much for agreeing to talk to us. What's got brilliant about being here at the M4U Convention is you've got the big sort of Screen 2, Screen 3, Cube exhibitions and stuff like that, and then there's kind of like practitioners like yourself who are using Max MSP software in a that helps you from an employment point of view, and it's brilliant to see these kind of things and catch up with you about how do you use it in what you do with DMXlon.
Well, currently I'm doing a research master's in lighting and visual control, so I've been working in Max for a long time, and it's kind of a natural platform for me to sketch out these kind of ideas about ways of controlling light, video, and things like that, because it just gives you a really easy environment to deal with those kind of things. So this piece of software I'm showing the conferences, what's something I developed personally for me to use originally to make to help me dealing with lighting data, which is not something that is built into Max, but it's definitely something that's possible. That's a very good environment for dealing with that. But also I use the software in my sort of more commercial stuff that I do. Generally, I work on media projects, often to do with theatre or lighting or things where you need good convergence between different media types, and it's the natural way to develop applications like that because you can get exactly what you want down quickly.
Does it make it easier to do what you do, or is it the fact that it's so easy to use in order to enhance what you do?
Yeah, I think it reduces the amount of knowledge and time you need to do things. I mean, traditionally developing video software, you need to know all the, how to use, how to write video, how to write video code and stuff like that. And that's less so nowadays because there's lots of existing APIs and other libraries that are available, but it's still a big investment and in knowing how to program. And to think that you could do something you could do a big programming project just for one project was kind of basically unthinkable. It's just it's too much time. So I think it's the main thing I'd say is it makes it easier because it reduces that time element. From my point of view anyway, because I'm generally working to fairly strict deadlines.
Now, considering that Max MSP comes out of Cycling 74 in California and things like that, to have a convention in the UK, and certainly in somewhere like Leicester, has never happened before. What particularly drew you to the M4U convention this weekend?
Well, I've been wanting to go to one of the conferences, the Cycling 74 in America, but I've never been able to get enough cash to head over to there, unfortunately. But when I heard there was a conference taking place, and I only live about an hour away, so yeah, it was ideal, to be honest. But also generally, I go to other conferences and meet and sort of in the community of people doing this kind of work, kind of media intensive work, and generally there you're only ever really discussing about the end product of the result of how something what something is and artistically what it's about. So it's nice to be able to come to somewhere where you're more discussing the use of Max and kind of and how we're using the software to do different things.
And when I spoke to David Zaccarelli, the CEO of Cycling 74 earlier, who'd come over from California, he was saying about that for him it's been a real eye-opener really, because it's almost seeing a different client base that they wouldn't normally get at their conventions, and certainly especially here in the UK and the way it's being used. He was really impressed, not only in the convention but also the people that he's been talking to and the applications and the way that they've been using it. I mean, from your point of view, going forward, is Max MSP something that they could expand on themselves, or is it very much down to individuals like yourself being able to use it in more creative ways?
I think it's sort of both really, because they need to. The user interface improvements, especially since version 4 of the software, have been really good, but that's kind of focused towards the actual environment, so just how you actually connect objects together and how you use the bits and pieces, and finding kind of the most efficient way to do that. And also, I think the biggest part of it is the help system, because that's I've been using Max for 5 years and I still constantly have to look stuff up because you couldn't possibly remember all the information you need. Yeah. But in terms of the actual objects and the individual tasks, then I think that's very much something that can be done by the wider community, because the Cycling Centre have provided the tools perfectly to be able to do pretty much anything with that. And there's a lot. I mean, there's a choice of languages you can develop obviously in Java, JavaScript, C objects, pretty much anything. So yeah, I think it's kind of that combined development is what moves software along.
Brilliant. Final question. What do you think of Phoenix Square Film and Digital Media Centre as a venue for this kind of activity?
I'm very impressed. I like this kind of big open space here, and the fact that it's open to the public as well is kind of nice. I mean, like there's a lot of people here, but it's nice to kind of feel like your work's on a bit of a wider display.
Yeah. Brilliant. David, thank you very much.
Thank you.